Chiha. Nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too.
So tell me, what brings you here today to the second day of the conference?
Well, we actually were at the conference last year, and this is our second year at the conference. We'll definitely be here next year. We've absolutely enjoyed being here. Being able to speak to people and describe the differences between the different AI models that are being presented to them today, and showing how what we've developed at JurisTechne's, which is a legal research company, how there are different AI tools. So we've got generative AI, which sits under that probabilistic AI categorization. We've got deterministic AI. So our foundational model has been built under this pillar. And then there's statistical. So statistical can be built on top of deterministic, or it can be built on top of generative. Now, the way we've developed our foundations guarantees a 0% hallucination. I know, shocking, right? But that is the level of hallucination that we need in law. None. So that's why we took it back to data principles and built a deterministic model, and then some statistical Bayesian mathematics sprinkled on top so we can build some strategy reports, intelligence strategy reports.
You're making it sound very easy. It's obviously rolling off the tongue. For those viewers, can you give us a bit more, flesh it out in terms of why that differentiates you from others in the market?
Okay. So with a probabilistic model, which is your Gen AI models, generative AI, in its architecture, in its DNA, it's supposed to generate what's the next most likely word based on trillions of words in the order that those words are being used. Now, that's not critical thinking. That's not intelligence. It's not the type of intelligence we need for litigation strategy, for analytics, for finding the right case law and the pinpoint reference in the case law to support our matters. So I thought, okay, we can't really use that for generating these reports. What can we use? And that's where I started my journey in my PhD in algorithmic law at UTS.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I thought, okay, I'm going to get rid of the large language model. What can I do instead? And that's where the PhD started, and we developed a foundational model out of UTS that is deterministic, which means it's retrieving information. It's not generating the next probable word. So because it's not generating content and we're just retrieving content and building relationships to each one of these pieces of information, which is why we can guarantee that 0% hallucination.
So so it started from, how many years ago now then?
2.5 years.
2.5 years. So quite an achievement in relatively short space of time.
I know 2.5 years doesn't sound a lot, but we're working 7 days, 7 nights. We only just launched the application, the reporting 2 months ago.
In Australia?
Yes.
Yep.
And we're already helping large law firms, small law firms, government as well. We're helping the courts. We have a hallucination detection tool. We've actually fixed, and this is just in New South Wales and High Court and Federal Court decisions, over 45,000 errors in the original data.
Oh, wow.
Now, what that means is when you're reading it as a human, if you look at a medium mutual citation, it's incorrect, you can kind of decipher and find where that original source was if you've got the legal background and understanding of it. If you're reading through the orders of the decision and it references a section in the judgment that doesn't exist, you could read it and find, where it does exist. That's human critical thinking and reasoning.
Sure.
Now, every other tool that's building on top of these data sources that haven't fixed it are building on top of incorrect data. So we've taken one of the most rigorous research assessments of Australian legal corpora, flagged it, fixed it. We've sent emails to the Attorney General of New South Wales and to Australia to let them know, hey, we found all these errors. We've actually fixed them in our data structure. Gives us the credibility to say we've got the cleanest legal data sets in Australia.
Yeah. You're building on metaphorically a strong foundation.
And it matters. It matters when you're looking at cases, because if you get one thing wrong, that's risking someone's ability to access their children or access their freedoms or help them in business. It matters. Every data point matters.
And I love that. That's so emphatic and so powerful a statement. You said about the different clients, like you've got government and large law, like what's your ideal client, or are you agnostic?
Right now we're doing like working B2B. So working with lawyers, working with barristers, working with judges, working with people in government. And that's because you need to have a legal understanding to understand legal data. We're working on a way to interpret the data for self-represented litigants, and that will be coming by the end of this year.
So what does the next year look like for you, the next 12 months?
I was just building on these reports, I guess. So we've got, at the moment, we've got the strategy intelligence reports. We're also doing sentencing reports. So you put in your court attendance notice or a description of events that may or may not have happened. And you would like to know what are the minimum, maximum sentences, and the case law and the pinpoint reference in the case law and in the in the legislation as well, to say, okay, could be 50,000 penalty units. It could be 5,000. We sit around the 5,000 based on similar matters, based on your specific event. And here's where the supporting evidence is. And we also have a marketplace coming, which show the statistics on the lawyers in case law, and not just the statistics on whether they've won or lost cases, but where it sits in that sentencing range as well, because that matters. If you know that all the evidence is against you, you want to look for the lawyer that goes towards the smaller end of the penalties rather than the higher end of the penalties. And those are the next products that we're launching this year on top of our reporting.
Well, I think it's a great end to a great interview. Thank you so much for sharing. And every data point matters. I think that's quite, a powerful end. So well done you, and look forward to following your journey.
Thank you. I
Thanks,
appreciate that.